Hey, welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Dr. Farah Laurent, the host of Nurses Making Business Moves, the conference that you need to be in. If you haven't got your tickets, what are you doing? And today we have a very special guest. She is Precious L. Williams, the one and only Rainmaker, 13-time national pitch champion.
Yes, ma'am.
She will be live in Tampa at the Nurses Making Business Moves conference, and she will be hosting the very first pitch competition. So I'm so excited to have her on. Thank you so much, Precious, for joining me. Say hi and introduce yourself to the peeps.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Precious. Wait, let me take the glasses off so y'all can see. Flex mode. Y'all can see. I'm Precious Williams. I'm a bad bitch with a power pitch. As our queen just said, 13-time national elevator pitch champion. You might have seen me on Shark Tank, CNN, Wall Street Journal, Forbes, and all of that. Still black on both sides. No Brazilian butt lip. No six-pack abs. The greatest thing that I bring to the table is I've been in your shoes, pitching my business and hearing every no and turning them into yeses. And so to go from winning pitch competitions to starting a pitching company to now training the sales teams at some of the biggest companies in the world, working with small business owners, it's been a blast. And when it comes to nurses making business moves, what really inspires me is that I'm a former attorney and people thought that was the end. And there's so much more that we're capable of. So nurses, come get this work. There are opportunities out there for you that don't require just the traditional path. And that's why I love working with Dr. Farah, is because I took the road less traveled and it made all the difference. It led to movies, it led to documentaries, it led to being a pitch trainer in different accelerators. It also led me to working with Verizon, Dominion Energy, BMW, Blackstone, yes. And so I say all this to say, my race, my gender, and all of that is not why I am the best in the world at what I do. It's because I've beaten the best. Like Ric Flair said, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I've done that every day of my life. So I'm going to impart that on y'all. Come get these coins and also come understand why there's more to nursing than you ever realize. And Dr. Farah is going to show you how. I'm just going to come in a support role and show you how to make it rain and slay the game in your nursing career.
That is why she is coming back a second time. So for those who don't know me or know Precious, right? So, I started my career obviously as an emergency nurse, the traditional path. Then, they all told me you can't start in the ER, you got to go to med surg. So that is why I've always been, a disruptor in nursing, because I'm like, you can't tell me what to do or what not to do. So literally, since my nursing career as a nursing student, got straight into the ER, working in level 1 trauma centers. And that's what inspired me to later become an educator, a leader, and now helping basically my younger self as a nurse career coach, right? But along the path, I saw so many nurses trying to just do what society thinks they should do, which is go to school, get the degree, get the next degree, get the next certification, thinking that it's going to equal less work or more money. And we know that not necessarily always happen that way. And you don't have to stay in the box of, I'm just a nurse. Because you're not just a nurse. You're more than that. You are the brand, you are the asset, and you are the business. Like, you have to start thinking like a business. Whether you want to start a business or not, you don't have to have a business to come to this conference. You just need to think more like a business and to start pitching. And this is what today's show is about: pitching yourself. What is pitching and why it's important for you to know. So that's what we're going to get into today. So let me know where you guys are watching from, what city, what country. Drop it in the chat if you have any questions or you happen to be watching the replay.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it in the chat. So Precious, let's, give them your interpretation of what pitching is. I know there's many different types of pitches. Why is, what is pitching and why is it important? Why should nurses and other entrepreneurs be interested in pitching?
First of all, pitching is important because you're always selling brand you. You.
Hmm.
And so when you think about pitching, has commercials ever gone out of style? I'm sure some of y'all are on TikTok, some of y'all are purchasing things from online. There had to be something that got you there. So
Right.
a pitch is a brief way of introducing you, your business, your brand, your product or service in such a way, or books in such a way that leads closer to the sale, the opportunity. It determines who's going to hire you, book you, refer you, invest in you, buy from you.
Mhm.
And as a woman who's a former attorney, if I did not know how to be a world-class master communicator, I wouldn't have been at one of the most prestigious firms in the world. I wouldn't have taught at Harvard and Columbia, and I don't have an Ivy League degree. So when we're talking about selling brand you, think about there are other opportunities out there that you don't even know. And so
Mhm.
coming to the Nurses Making Money Moves conference is not necessarily about all business. It's about seeing yourself as valuable enough
Mhm.
get other opportunities you didn't even know existed. Dr. Farah's life and the women who came last year, they got their whole life because there are things you don't know. I'm not one of those people that say you should just know. How do you know if no one's taught you? And so she's bringing in a wealth of experts in their zones of genius who broke out of the mold that people had for them. Listen, I'm from the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri. I wasn't even supposed to be where I am today, living in New York City for 25 years. Get that, I get how you live. But most importantly, why is it important? In this changing climate where people are losing their jobs every day,
Mhm.
or they never learned how to network,
Yep.
or they feel stuck. Wouldn't it be nice to know how to use all the tools in your arsenal? But if you don't know what tools you have in your arsenal, what are you going to deploy? What are you going to do? I never thought speaking and pitching would get me there, but people know my name from Killer Pitchmaster alone. And that has allowed me entree into tech, financial services, real estate, and I have an English degree and a law degree. Clock that T.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Because let's handle a couple, objections. So, pitching is more than just sales, right? So,
It
obviously,
is.
obviously that's part of it, as you mentioned, right? But what nurses and other entrepreneurs or anybody that's maybe transitioning from a full-time career that maybe wants to start a business or a side hustle, or you're trying to get that promotion in your career, pitching, you're pitching. Like I pitch to my kids, right? It's like you're
And
con
it's really just communicating the
yeah.
best of you.
Hmm.
And I love what you were saying about objections. If you think pitching is what you see on Shark Tank, that's at best an investor pitch. But there are multiple kinds. And
Yeah.
so a lot of times you can be pitching sitting next to someone and just having a conversation. The point is to become the only choice that matters. A lot of us grew up having FaceTime. So we were in businesses, we saw our superiors, our supervisors and stuff all the time.
Right.
Imagine if you could, if the narrative on you was all good. And if this position was about to be eliminated, they can put you somewhere else. Or imagine if you knew someone and you just make a call. Hey, I saw about this opportunity at your place of business. Would you say my name? And they're just on it. They know how to position you, they know how to put you out there. So some of you all may not run a business, but you're still a brand in of it yourself. And
Yeah.
shouldn't others know about your brand outside of the nursing profession, because there are opportunities for you to speak and get paid to do so. There are
Yeah.
opportunities for you to teach and get paid to do so. There are opportunities for you to create programs, and not in the sense that you just see everybody, oh, I just know something. No, 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 no. At this conference, we're going to go deeper into that because some of you have a skill set that people do not even, there's no way that you have competition because no one's done it the way you have. Imagine I learned how to pitch because no one wanted to invest in me. And so I went with my Hail Mary and threw myself out there. So first objection, for nurses, the traditional route is becoming harder and harder to actually make a career out of. What other options are in your wheelhouse from others who thought one path was the way, went off the beaten path and found a way to stand out in other industries where you're now being the expert, the thought leader, and the one that they get paid to do so, and opportunities and promotions.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to unpack here because this is what I talk about on this podcast all day, every day. Whether you're,
Sometimes a different person saying it too, Queen, because they know you.
I know. I mean, you just laid it out because it basically unlocks opportunities. We talk about also visibility, like you mentioned, and your
Right.
brand and understanding that you're a brand. Like, look what's happening in New York City right now. A lot of these nurses are striking
Yes.
because they're trying to negotiate better pay, better work conditions, and all these things, right? That's also pitching. Part of that is also pitching, right? But also, what I want, my whole mission of this conference, Nurses Making Business Moves, is, I saw a real gap in the marketplace. There's a lot of nurses, particularly even during COVID, that are now transitioning to entrepreneurship, and they have all these advanced degrees, all this expertise, like you're talking about. Some of them do not necessarily want to go back to school to get an MBA, and nothing wrong with an MBA. It's great. But let's say you don't have the money to afford that. Some real entrepreneurs never got an MBA, and it doesn't mean that they can't learn business skills, right? So my real mission of this conference is to bring nursing students, marketing students, business students, the whole game together, from business to nursing and all of healthcare, to understand, number one, healthcare is a business. And number two, you need to have some business acumen if you want to grow. And it's not just like, yes, last year's conference was called Nurses Making Money Moves, and I switched it to business moves because I just wanted it to be more comprehensive. Because yes, it's not just about money. Also, we're talking about wealth building and all the different things that involves, right? And you can't do it alone. And more, as I'm learning, I've been an entrepreneur, not full time, because I still have like part time, and we transition in and out of it sometimes. So this is the conference that is going to teach you how to sustainably grow your business so that you have systems in place, operations, teams, pitching, sales. And that's why I'm bringing people like Precious L. Williams, who are literally crushing it in the game. And this is not just anybody. She literally just said, right, she's training sales team, working for Microsoft, Verizon, all these big companies. But we are putting all this expertise in a room. So not only are you learning, meaning knowledge, but the connections alone that you're making. Like, let's talk about that energy in the room last year.
I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, it was lit from the VIP dinner before to coming in the next day. It was so lit. First of all the queens was ready. They were so ready to learn. And also, when we talk about it, there was networking and genuine networking. There were fun things to do with each other. We even walked outside and just looked around and just being like, remember there's a barbecue thing further down or whatever. Yeah. But I remember just sitting there and thinking, I'm the little girl from St. Louis. I'm in Tampa. Years later, with these esteemed nurses who have careers on television. They are, I met, a nurse who is known on television. She's like the medical correspondent. I met
women. Alice, yes.
And then you think about the esthetician that spoke, and and how she was actually running her business, because you don't even think about that. I met women who were image. I met the image consultant. Oh, she was fly from head to toe. Trust and believe, because that's a part of packaging. How are you putting yourself out there? Do you want to be seen as the expert, the thought leader, the nurse, the one you want to have on programs and things like that? And so for me, it was fun. It was fun to feel like I'm in the right space with real professionals who may not have known all the options that are available. Like you might hear nursing, but it's like, it's really more healthcare. And so you got to start somewhere. I'm the killer pitch master, and I started with small businesses.
Yeah.
How did I go from small businesses to Ivy League institutions, PWIs, HBCUs, all the way to top tech and real estate and financial services? I'm still the same Black woman, but someone had to put a little bug in my ear, put me on game. And that's what you're going to get there. So if you think this is going to be I promise you it's not. I don't come to boring things and I leave, just so we're clear. I leave boring things because I can't. I'm 47 years old. I ain't got time. And so I come to learn too, because there are things that each of the speakers, each of the audience members are going to impart on you. And you're going to have fun. Like, remember Money Cake Queen?
Yes. Listen, and if anybody knows me and knows part of my brand,
we bopping too. So,
you know, the food, the drinks, everything was lit. I'm telling you. And it's fun. I got DJ Riri coming back. A DJ, what nursing conference or even just business conference do you get an international award-winning celebrity DJ like DJ Riri?
What about the professional on stilts who was going in with
I
just thought that like, wow. Like, you see my pillow back there, pitch please. I was like, pitch please. Okay.
So it's an experience, and
it really is. So don't look at it like any other conference. And even I walked away making connections with these wonderful women, and we are still in connection with each other. I think sometimes people think when speakers come, they just dip out. That's not what I do. Right. I expect real questions, and I'm teaching how to pitch, right? Because you might be thinking, does one pitch work for every audience? No. I'm going to break it down for you. I'm breaking it down one time for your mind. There's an actual pitch competition. So you can imagine sitting there and watching finalists go head to head for being number one.
Yep.
Why does it matter? Because the people in the audience and the people who are coming could be your next opportunity, your next referral, your next investor, and all of that. That's why having a pitch competition, and someone who is 13-time national champion, hosted a show on pitch and been on Shark Tank, and still, my clients are still winning. Did you see the one who won at the Bellagio in Las Vegas last year?
Yeah,
Arizona. Oh, just big checks. Just
they winning.
$500,000, and it's like they did that.
Exactly, and you can do the same. And honestly, shout out to all the the people who submitted for the pitch competition. I will be announcing the finalists very soon, and 5 finalists will be in Tampa on stage. And guess what? Listen, shout out to the University of Tampa, the John P. Loth Entrepreneur Center.
Did you hear Entrepreneurial Center? This ain't in no side room. This ain't in the basement. You ought to know. You on the campus for real. Entrepreneurial Center. Do you know that?
And they have a dedicated pitch competition room. I'm telling you, like, I'm telling you, I was blown away when I toured the space. And shout out to Dr. Rebecca White, who is the chair of the entrepreneurship program and who spoke last year, and she'll be there again. So I'm just excited. And this is not just for nurses, I thought about it for a long time. Do I keep
for people like me who are transitioning? It's for those in healthcare, but also it's for women who, babe, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know what was possible.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I didn't know what was possible in business or how to change the narrative on how I'm seen. So that opportunities do open up. How do I forge real relationships in real life versus just sending out an email? How do I reach out to others with a way that makes them want to reach back and help? Because right now, I'll say, I feel like people are really struggling, even small business owners or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to be in a room with us who are going to tell the truth.
And we need
rah. This ain't it.
Right. We need
break it down one time for your mind. And also for you, it's still possible.
Oh my God. We need real community, especially
real community. No mean girls.
No gatekeeping. Right. And yes, like I said, this conference is for anybody who's interested in business and growing. And, there's something for everybody, whether you're just wanting a promotion in your career, you want to negotiate your salary, learn some skills, there's something for you. If you're a student, there's something for you. You don't have to be in healthcare. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't even have to have an actual foreign business. And if you want to scale your business, this is the place to be. We have Jennifer Zuhurek. She's coming all the way from Denver. She grew her business to 7 million in revenue. Like during COVID. Yeah, just before COVID, she launched an education platform for nursing students. So I can't wait for you to hear her story and everybody else hear her story. But she's an ER nurse too, and she's super down to earth. And she's going to give you the real, like you said, the real tea. Like we say, there's no gatekeeping. Something for everybody. And it's not obviously all, healthcare speakers. We have Precious. We have people that are going to be there talking about
insurance companies. Clock that tea.
Yeah, we need some sponsors. Okay, if you're listening, you want to sponsor this event. It's on International Women's Day weekend in March, which is Women's History Month, right? And nurses. You want to support nurses and females in business? You can get your brand and business out there. And it's in Tampa. It's going to be some warm weather because, we've been getting
warm weather. We're looking good out here. And for the sponsors, we understand about return on investment. So having all of these queens come from all over who are looking to build their business, they want to be associated with companies who believe in them and believe in providing products and services as well as financial contribution. If because it makes sense. Nurses are often not talked about. There's a talk about doctors, but these are nurses making business moves. Who wouldn't want to be around businesses making moves now in a community that is growing, not contracting? You see up here, they're having a strike. That tells you how important nursing is, but also nurses need to know there are other options available to still utilize their craft. And as sponsors, you have access to them at the Nurses Making Business Moves conference.
Yeah. And I'm talking, anybody, marketing, finance services, tech, pharmaceuticals, whatever. There's nurses that are there that are nurse practitioners starting private practices. They need help with AI, automation, whatever it is. You can get in front of not just nurses, but even other entrepreneurs who might, need your services or want to be in front of your brand or whatever, or your product or service. So definitely reach out to me if you're interested. The website is nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. I'll share all the links and everything. And there's something that escaped me that I wanted to quickly mention. Oh, just, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but, when entrepreneurs, specifically female entrepreneurs, I'm very passionate about women in business and also nurses. Obviously, we see, I'm not going to get into it, but the social impact that needs to be done, the communities, healthcare inequalities. When nurses are involved in innovation and tech and business, they're able to transform people's lives and get healthier communities. And we're really about, bridging the gap of these healthcare inequalities. And nurses need to understand, yes, you can go and be on Capitol Hill and go to Hill Day and this, but you know what? There needs to be some wealth building involved for you to be able to make a real impact.
Clock that. I always do that. It reminds me of my grandmother. She'd be like,
but ain't that the truth?
Yeah, but it's true. You need people on multiple front lines. You do.
Yeah. And also nurses need to understand a lot of these businesses, like even Amazon, and they're now hiring nurses to be on their boards, to be in different roles, because we need nurses in different areas. A lot of nurses are going on the tech side as well. So there's so many different opportunities where you can be a consultant, just getting in there and telling them what's really happening in healthcare and how to improve their product, whether it's an app, SaaS companies, whatever. So come to Nurses Making Business Moves. And there's something in it for everybody. And listen, the energy is great. And they're just wonderful people. Like literally, like you said, people are still collaborating, partnering. People have opened up practices, have written books. Like, it's beautiful. They're going on each other's podcasts. The relationships are still going on post conference. It's not just like, and then it's done, right? It's sustainable relationship. So tell them, if they want to learn more about you and how to reach out to you, how can they do that?
Thank you, Queen. My name is Precious Williams. I'm the proud founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group, where we show you how to make it rain and slay the game and turn your pitches from trash to straight cash. Okay. Our website is www.perfectpitchgroup.com. On LinkedIn, I'm Precious L. Williams. Rainmaking speaker. On Instagram, I'm at Perfect Pitch Group. On Facebook, I'm at Perfect Pitch Group. And more importantly, we have free resources. Like if you want the Perfect Pitch Blueprint, which breaks down all forms of pitching, so you can come ready. When you see me, when you see Dr. Ferry, you see all these people, you come ready and get this work. That's available free on my website. And more importantly, please support the Nurses Making Business Moves Conference. Get your ticket. You'll meet me in the flesh. And I would really hope that before you even check me out, check out the Nurses Making Money Moves. The address, get your ticket. I'm telling you, it's going to be lit. You're going to have fun, but you're also going to learn in an environment that was created with you in mind. So it's not a conference or just it's an experience. Clock that T.
Yes, it's an experience. And it's really a movement. I'm calling it a movement because
I like that, Queen. I see you.
Nurses are tired. Nursing students, the next generation, they're looking for better work opportunities. They're looking at innovation tech, how we can really flip healthcare. And it's not just for even healthcare, right? What can we do outside of nursing or healthcare to improve, right? And like you said, there's so many opportunities out there. Please connect with Precious. If you're not connected with her on LinkedIn, connect with her. We'll drop all her information. And of course, connect with her on social, but come meet her in person because we're on another level in person. Okay.
I'm on a new level. I mean, that's what Nurses Making Business Moves is about. Moving to that new level that actually makes sense. Right, because people be like, "I'm on a new level of nothing."
Can you tell the people? Let's handle one objection. Price is one. People are like, I don't know if I could put something on it on the ticket, and I got to travel and the thing, and I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe next year.
I'm coming from New York City, and I travel to a lot of conferences in a year. Number one, I like meeting people in person. All of the scams and stuff you see online, good luck with that. You get to meet people in real life. Number two, none of us are coming here trying to pitch you all day long. I promise you that. That is not what you're coming. You're not coming for a pitch fest at all. Number three, a lot of us have not networked with people outside of our communities, and that stymies us as nurses, as entrepreneurs, and those aspiring to make it. So coming to Tampa, Florida, you're gonna be at an entrepreneurial center. Do you even know how popping that is? Number four, the traveling and meeting new people is what you're going to be doing in your life. Get ready, because that's what entrepreneurs do. That's what speakers do. That's what Nurses Making Money. Nurses Making Business Moves is doing. You're not just going to do it. I speak more outside of New York City than I do in.
You got to make
a network outside of it. And for people to say my name. And these are one of the things that we're going to teach at Nurses Making Business Moves, because you're like, oh, I could stay home. You could. How's that working out for you?
You're not trying to be in the same place you were last year this time. So let's make some moves.
And we're making moves.
Make some moves. And that takes investing in yourself. And you're not investing in this conference. You're investing in yourself. I had to learn that. Over the years. It's investing in yourself and getting out of your comfort zone, right? Because that's the only way you're going to grow. And one of my favorite quotes, and I know you say this quote a lot, is what is it again? Fortune favors the bold. I love that. you got to be bold, you got to be risky, and put yourself out there and just
And in
get in
terms
the
of all these
room.
other conferences
Yeah.
that you may see, listen, there are people who are paying $25,000, like $20,000, to work with me. So think about that. You're gonna have other speakers and experts like that, but you got women in the room who are doing that, and they're coming as attendees. When you want to be around people who actually are doing it, and you're at different tables, you're really absorbing. And so I don't want to belabor the point, but I do want to say this to you.
Yep. Yep.
Only those who risk something achieve something. And you better be lucky this isn't what it could be. Like,
I'm telling you,
I've been in this for 16 years.
One connection. And look at, quickly before we wrap up, I want to be respectful of your time and everybody, but there was one day where it was hard for me to like get the kids and watch, get all the stuff situated because I know moms and the families and it's tough.
Right.
And I was like, I really want to go to this Newark. There was a business conference in Newark, right? And I'm like, I really want to go. And I knew you were going to be there. And I wanted to meet you in person. I was like, I got to make it to this conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a couple of years ago in New Jersey. And I'm so glad that I went.
Me too.
We sat together, we had lunch, and that was the
start. We talked for real.
Yeah. And look, look now, right? She came last year. She was the keynote, coming back again. These are the types, of relationships that you will be building. So, again, so
the town we meet.
Yeah.
Listen, we're investing in each other. And I think that sometimes isn't said. You just think people are, no. We've invested in each other. And so I'm really appreciative to be speaking. I'm appreciative of you as my friend. I'm also appreciative of you doing the things that most people are too afraid to do and make it happen, make it work.
Yeah. And again, much gratitude to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please connect with Precious. Come see us. Nurses Making Business Moves conference. Who knows? We might be back on before the conference, but get your tickets before they sell out. Check out Precious L. Williams. And again, thank you for watching us. Thank you for your time. And you decide, are you going to stay the same or you can come in and be in the room and you're going to go outside?
I'm making tracks to Tampa. Thank you, Queen. It's been such a pleasure. My name is Precious Williams, founder and CEO, Perfect Pitch Group.
And again, my name is Dr. Farah Laurent, the host of Nurses Making Business Moves.